Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Iratus, Lord of the Dead. But this time, things are going to be a little bit different, because the game has been patched and quite a lot of things have changed. Now, I haven't noticed everything because this is a pre-early access patch, so there's no update notes or anything. But I've noticed some pretty significant changes I'd like to go over. First off, the talent tree has been adjusted significantly so that now Blood Curse is a tier 3 talent. Okay, which means that to gain access to it legitimately I'd have to get 1, 2, 4 talent points to consider it truly unlocked. Secondly, we have all these locked minions. Now the mummy is locked. And they're locked behind conditional achievements, okay, which appear to be shared across multiple saves. So, to unlock the mummy, you need to get a minion to level 5. Now, earlier, when I was playing on another save to take a look at the patch updates, I managed to get a minion to level 4. And the remaining amount dropped from 4 to 3, so it seems to be only get 5 minions to level 4, as opposed to get 5 minions to level 5. I don't know if the description is wrong, and it should read get minions to level 4, or if the game is considering minions to be level 5 as soon as they hit level 4. Either way, something to look at there. Headhunter defeat any one boss, just once. Lich slay 50 enemies. Wow, remaining amount 20, okay. Yeah, as I said, I played through a few fights to get the feel of the new patch. The Shade, trigger insanity in 50 enemies, 31 remaining. Vampire, turn 8 enemies into vampires, which now, given the amount of talent points, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 talent points you'd have to put in, which would probably mean building up the library quite a lot. Okay. Now where was I? Oh yeah, minions. And then you can just make vampires, right? Bone Golem, gather 75 bones. Blood Phantasm, use 5000 Wrath on ultimate abilities. You can see I used quite a bit there, and I only played about halfway through the first dungeon level. Fallen Dampier, lure free Dampiers over to your side. Now they are supposed to appear among the Guardians and Heroes in the opposition. I'm not sure how you'd lure them or what ability would do that. A Ghoul, deal 1000 damage to your own minions. There's going to be ways to do that. And for the Lost Soul, debuff enemies 125 times. Yeah, I know, I'm a little bit sleepy, sorry. Furthermore, minion abilities have changed. Most noticeably for me, Flames of Love can now target all ranks again instead of being restricted to the middle 2. And Heartless Slash cannot target the third enemy position anymore, can only target the front 2. So, given the amount of changes to the game, I think I'm actually going to start again. And I hope none of you will mind. So I'll go back out to the main menu. Also, skipping the intro now, there used to be a delay, skipping the intro, loading up the main menu, now that's gone. So yeah, I'm just going to start again, and also now all 3 difficulty settings are available instead of just Cakewalk being available. I'll stick with Cakewalk for now, because when I tried it earlier it did seem easier than in my previous few videos. So sure, I mean, I could go with more pain, but I think I want to get used to the changes in the game first before I go up a difficulty level. And we'll see if this now feels like a true easy mode, or if it still feels like a normal difficulty and then this like a hard and then that like an extreme, you know. So, let's dive right in. New beginning, see where we go. So we have our traditional 4 minions to start, and we can create some more. Yes, these numbers are definitely shared across saves. Okay, so I'm just trying to kill enemies to get to the Lich. The Lich will then deal damage to our people, which will then allow us to start unlocking the Ghoul. So, by no longer having access to the Mummy, the Headhunter, or the Lich, that causes problems. Now, another problem, of course, with lacking the Headhunter is that Blind Fury has now been changed to every time a minion misses, from every time a Headhunter misses. So that has changed. Now, we're going to put a point in here. And does this still need... yeah, still needs a Shade, still needs a Skeleton. So I'll build those two. Sorry, a Wraith. The Shade is further down, isn't he? He's like there. So we'll get a Wraith. Pretty sure he used to be called something different at some point.
Humans become much sturdier when you strip them of their vital organs.
And we'll get a Banshee and a Zombie.
They will be expecting cannon fodder, but I will give them cannons instead.
And a Skeleton.
More bones for the dogs of war.
So also the Zombie is more useful in a forward position as well. So we're going to build the Obelisk to get building these. Now I will say that the build speed on these still seems a little bit too fast. And we're going to build this. And then we're going to put a Zombie in here to dig up some body parts for us. And the Banshee in there. And we'll move this Skeleton to the front because we don't know what we're going to get as our other frontliner. So now, we'll see what item we've been lucky enough to gain, and it's the grappling hook. Minions gain +4 luck, +4 accuracy, and +4 evasion. That's just good all round, really.
Relishes my undead features.
Didn't that used to reduce the chances of enemies running away? I can't remember. So let's just dive on in. Back to the dungeon. The kingdom had need of the vast riches buried underneath the castle. Great veins of iron that promised to fuel conquest after conquest, along with ancient artifacts from a long-forgotten age. The dwarfs were eager to offer their service in this project, bringing their untested mining equipment and experimental concoctions for the promise of wealth. They only needed bodies that could obey, and that the humans could provide. With dungeons filled to the brim with both criminals and rebels, there was no shortage of slaves to work these mines. Drugs were used to keep them docile as they dug ever deeper year after year, unaware of the mortal danger that awaited them below. Now, there is a change to this map, but it's ever so subtle. Mines. Dwarf tunnels available in early access. Mercenary barracks available in early access. And this level just says available after release. This level says available after release. So that looks like a nice temple level. So we have more information on the upcoming levels. While we don't have a release date announced for early access yet, we do know that these two levels will be available in early access and those will probably not be. That's okay. Let's go fight some humans. Now, at this point, another change comes into play. Something appears to have happened to the Dark Knight's animations. His sword squishes and distorts a little bit too much during his idle animation. As you can see here, if I just put a mouse there, you can see how much that side of the sword blade is moving, as opposed to this side, which is barely moving at all. You know, this whole side is squishing and then stretching back out again, and it just looks wrong. I don't remember this from earlier, so I think something might have changed to the animation files. That I don't think his animation files were changed, but some animation files were changed in a way that have affected his files, and now he's behaving differently. So, let's see, chest piercers, Overwatch. We're actually going to go with Overwatch, because we're going to be semi-sneaky, because initiative is played into our into our hands. So now we're going to go show them their place, knock him back, and get him
Break
shot.
their bones.
Lovely. Now, these three, the hunkies, I should just call them hunks or something, or muscle man, and the conscripts don't buff very much, so futile hopes won't be as useful. We could dark dive backwards to then unfeeling aggression forwards, and the zombie is now more useful in the front positions. Buckshot's a great ability, for example. Yeah, you can use a lot more of his skills near the front. Is that wise, or is it worth just... I think we just want to get some damage in on this chap. Just try and cut him up quickly. And here come all those nasty debuffs. But hey look, we get to shoot people when it's not even our turn. Oh, don't stun him, he'll miss a turn that way. Oh well. Right. Let's just get more powder in the bombard. And prepare to unleash a horrific bombardment upon them next turn. Alright, alright. You know what? Spending Wrath helps unlock something. So now we have this whole new meta play where I would love to say Smite on this fellow for a couple of attacks, but then do I want to just use Shield Banger to unlock one of the restricted minions faster? Because having played with them a bit in the alpha, well, not so much in the alpha, but in the beta, when they became available, they did feel really quite powerful, and I was thinking, given the construction requirements of them, some sort of restriction had to be placed upon them to make them feel worth, they felt too good to be available to construct straight away. So knowing now that I have to do things to unlock them, I'm kind of like, yeah, let's do this and put some stress on people. Alright, you can... I mean, warning shot can now be used from the back position, which is great, because there's a problem with getting stuck in rank 3 and using warning shot and then running out of things that could target the front rank because of all sorts of things, but yeah. Yeah, it's just, we want to take him out fast because he keeps putting up his Sinister Strike. And we can't be having that. Alright. Bombardment it is. In fact, the zombie is now almost more useful as a frontliner, and his back rank skills have... He has much less options in the back than he does in the front. Yeah, let's just scare them again. And go back. And shoot him because he's a serious risk. Well, let's see what they do. As long as they don't knock the zombie out of his stance, we'll be okay. Don't get stunned. Nice.
Life vanishes from this world.
Chosen target and 2 enemies behind it, so that's 3 people. So we'll just go igniting mixture instead, throw it on him, set him on fire. Yeah. And then we'll go chop you up a bit with some attacks. Nice and fast. So I don't use Unassuming Strike too much because it ignores armor. These blokes don't really have an armor value, so it's not worth using it on them.
Become part of the breathless tide.
The armor ignoring ability for Skeleton does make it more than just a front rank support figure. It's more versatile. Can you use it from position 3 still? Check. Alright, so we got a nice lot of body parts. We got some green bones there. That's all good. Wow, steel spikes. And I can actually mouse over things on the graveyard events menu, which is really helpful. So, doing good for experience. We do have transplantation. Let us look at our skeleton and say, hey, what's this? +1 dread. You know what? Yes, there are things the skeleton can do with dread. Using an ire skill gives him +4 luck 3 times. Who needs luck a lot? That's kind of worth saving for someone with low luck. So he's got 5 luck, 8 luck, 4 luck, 14 luck. Well, she doesn't need it. We do have level 4, so let's just give that straight to our Dark Knight. Okay. So with Futile Hopes, we can go. That is Ward, Resistance, or Dread. Dread will cause him to inflict much more stress damage with this ability, whereas the Ward will not. The Ward will be good for magic resistance. He does have 2 big stress abilities. This is the greedy let's more stress, but we are wanting to inflict heavy stress on people at the moment to unlock minions, because it's for the shade. Alright. So knowing that, we can go attack or armor. Now, given that this will increase the base attack of the skill from 50% to 75%, and this will leave it at 50, but that's 50% armor resistance, that's 75% armor resistance. So if I'd gone resistance here, that would have increased the damage of this. But going with the armor alone, because he has a pretty high armor to begin with for a minion. Oh god, look at that distortion on the sword. Now that I've seen it, I can't stop seeing it. It's very bizarre. So let's go back into the graveyard. Oh, we're missing a point. Right. Wrath or mana. We're not using very many spells yet, but it's hard to say which. So, hang on, we can go even more stress or accuracy. 63 for free. 120 free damage for each buff or debuff on the target. Enemies on this level will be frequently buffed or debuffed. I can go for this. Go attack or initiative. So going initiative, 50% of armor and resistance, 200 free for each buff or debuff. So where are we? Stare into the void and all is dust would be good on a dungeon level where the enemies use lots of buffs and debuffs, but I'm still not sure. 50%. The enemies would need a lot of buffs and debuffs for him to not get good value out of the armor and resistance. So I'm going that way for now. There we go. Right. So we got a zombie and a banshee, and we want some kind of frontliner here. And we can't build any, which means we're going to put our... No. Zombie isn't clever enough to work the magic of the obelisk. We'll use the banshee. Put a zombie in here because it's brainless work. Hang on. Yeah, put a zombie in there because it's brainless work. The skeleton will have to wait because we don't have enough to build anything. Just wait. Yes, we do. We will build the arena. If someone were to drop a dagger now, we wouldn't hear it fall. Was that joke too old? Was that joke too old for the audience? I don't know. But we now have the training arena where we can train up minions. That'll be fun. It's now +2 experience points time instead of +4 experience points time. It has literally been halved. That would then, building the second part of the arena would put it up to the 4. So I suspect that some of the streamers who had access, some of the Russian streamers might have been abusing the arena a little bit too much, because this patch has come out really quickly at very short notice. I mean, I didn't know anything about it until I found out about it. So hey, let's carry on. Which way do we want to go from here? Well, obviously we want to go this way. We want to avoid you and... okay. We literally cannot avoid one of these. But I think we're coming this way, because we want to get to that. So let's go to the coffin and open it up and have a look inside. Okay, so we have a misery cord, gives +3 attack once every 2 turns, +3 luck for 3 turns, stacks up to 3 times. Well, it's not really going to get stacked 3 times because it'll stack twice. So you get it once, +3 luck. On the second turn, you'll get +3 luck. On the fourth turn, the first one will end, and you'll get the third stack of it. So getting it to stack up 3 times, you need another luck stacking trinket. Right, Witch Skin Sash, +2 initiative. Whenever an enemy dies, oh, that's good. That's +6 vigor for 3 turns. That's pretty damn good for anyone who's squishy. That'd be really good for a skeleton, actually. Soul Gem +3 dread, missing an attack. You know what, yeah, we'll just take the Witch Skin Sash.
All for my future kingdom.
And we will pop it on the skeleton. There we go. Now, of course, pushing the Dark Knight to level 4 means that if we get him to level 5, hey, we get another step closer to unlocking the mummy. Let's go to this fight, because then we can get to this and get some experience. Also, I've noticed it's a lot harder to make enemies want to retreat now. Or at least it feels that way. Maybe it's because of the minion restrictions, but hey, let's do some attacking. Nice. And we'll shoot him good. Might even get to kill him before he pulls off his special move. Let's give it a try. Oh, you beauty. Right, well in that case, we're just gonna... It's not gonna be enough, is it? Okay, just set him on fire.
This is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like? Yeah, pathetic.
Nice, nice. Debuff for one who can remove debuffs. I like it. This fight is more manageable. So the difficulty is ramping up slightly less. This does feel like an easier difficulty setting. Trying to... Because hitting them hard can sometimes cause stress damage. Speaking of which, let's do some stress damage. There we go.
My kingdom comes.
I mean, at this point, we're trying for the body kills on health rather than the heart attacks from stress. Just for, hey, let's get that
Flash, chomp, crush.
unlock, you know? And it is motivating for different, because we got him. He's panicking. Weakness. But even so, he only wants to run away 7%, which is just terrible. I don't know if they've manipulated the withdrawal chances, but they seem to have done so. Let's just set him on fire as well. I'm just going to quickly check. I'm still recording. Yep, all good. Hopefully that should be fine. Mouse should be back now. You should be able to see things. I'll just go chopping away, causing as much damage as we can.
You were in life, you will be worth something in death.
Now, normally by this second fight, we would have had 4 enemies and 1 or 2 slightly tougher ones. So things are definitely feeling easier. Let us create another Dark Knight. Now,
Needs its generals.
this does tend to mean that, for now, because of our limited amount of minions, every fight is going to feature very similar parties. Where are... Oh, I put the skeleton in there to build that, didn't I? That's where it is. So let's... Okay. So this party still can't fight, because we won't have a very... I don't know, we could rank 2 zombie. We could try that, I suppose. But let's look at what we got here first. Buckshot's nice. Igniting mixture is nice. Volleys, that's 3, 4. You know, 4, 5 valid. Yeah, front rank zombie much more valid now. Do I want to do that though? I don't know, because I'm thinking let this group rest. This group goes on to fight. Skeleton, you can have a nicer skull. Oh, we're getting a super skeleton here apparently. Let's see. That blood is luck and attack. So it could go to either of those two. But our skeleton is going to be improving smite. We're going to have luck for tiny chance to 4% chance to kill is not very big. I don't know if there's anything that can increase that. We go for smite with sure, so we'll at least get to punish buffs. So there we go. I didn't pick something for you. Okay, we'll go trench loading. 20% damage is a huge step down from 100. I mean, I know the block and the ward are good, but they won't last too long. They last a round or two. 3 if you're lucky. So maybe that should be 30 or 40% damage. Otherwise, you're just leaning people towards. But you know what? We'll go with that because sometimes the zombie can be a bit vulnerable. And for the Bride of Iratus, we don't end up using Overwatch so much anymore. But that could change in upcoming encounters. So let us... Ignores armor, gives her armor. 1 point of armor would be useful. Gives her evasion, of which she has some already. Yeah, well, 50-50. We're actually going to go Deadly Watch. There we go. I think I want to go one more fight to see if I can build a different kind of minion there. But also having the zombie heal up would be good here. Oh. Decisions. Do I want to move this zombie up to there and get a bride in rank 3? You know what? Looking at the time, I think that's a good decision to take in the next episode. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!